Tall tales, cosmic humor, and a little foot and mouth magic. Mercury has entered Sagittarius. Welcome to Planet Earth. Eliane Nicole, your astrologer and tarot reader, here bringing you the planetary ingresses to help you surf these cosmic currents with awareness, grace, and alignment. Mercury, the planetary messenger, enters Sagittarius Wednesday, October 29th, 2025 at 4:02 a.m. Pacific time. Adjust for your time zone accordingly. It's important to track Mercury because Mercury rules communication, information, media, schedules, travel, paperwork, contracts, commerce, tech glitches, and how our minds connect the dots. When Mercury changes signs, the tone of conversations and decisions shifts along with the kinds of headlines, negotiations, and itineraries that take center stage. In pre-shadow and retrograde phases, these themes loop back for review. In today's video, I will cover Mercury in Sagittarius in Detriment, what that actually means, pre-retrograde prep, we're already in pre-shadow, what to expect and how to prepare, personal themes, how this shows up in communications, logistics, and travel, as well as collective themes, law, belief systems, journalism, religion, big picture discourse, key aspects and dates for the first leg, pre-shadow through station, and finally, broad strokes of how it affects each sign. Note, I'm focusing only on the first leg of Mercury in Sagittarius and the pre-shadow period here. I'll do a separate video for the retrograde proper because it deserves its own arc. Before we dive in, I'd love your support in helping me grow this community. Please make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and drop a like or a comment. It really helps me in the algorithm, and it puts me in a position to continue to give these free astrological offerings. I'm also aiming for a personal milestone to reach 1,000 subscribers by Halloween. If you want to give me a Season of the Witch gift, please subscribe or share this channel with a friend who loves astrology and tarot. Now, without further ado, let's talk Mercury in Sagittarius. So, Mercury in Sagittarius, the archetype and detriment decoded. Mercury is the quick, factual messenger, precision, edits, bullet points. Sagittarius, Jupiter ruled, is the centaur, philosopher, priest, explorer, storyteller, shooting arrows towards meaning and the horizon. Detriment simply means Mercury is in the sign opposite one of its homes, Gemini. Far from home, Mercury is speaking a foreign language. In the land of Sagittarius, this means facts get bigger, stories get bolder. We reach for truth with a capital T, but we may skip footnotes. This can express as hilarious, unfiltered honesty, the famous foot and mouth moments, run-on sentences, literally or figuratively, tall tales, and embellishments. Jupiter loves a good saga. Fantastic storytellers who never let the facts get in the way of a great story. A surge in faith, optimism, and conviction, sometimes pontificating if unchecked. Mercury is already slowing on entry, even though the station isn't until November 9th, so communications may be slowing as well. Jupiter in Cancer is Mercury's host, while Mercury is in Sagittarius, adding emotional conviction, care themes, home family lenses, and a connection to the season's grand water trine dynamics. This provides a backdrop of big feelings, spiritual creative flow, and the need to anchor emotion with structure. There's also a live wire tension in the field between expansion and old wounds. Jupiter-Chiron dynamics that color how boldly we speak and how tenderly we should listen. Now let's talk about pre-shadow, what it is and why it matters. We enter pre-shadow on October 21st at 4:10 a.m. The degree Mercury will backtrack to. So anything arising between October 21st and November 9th in the realm of texts, emails, conversations, contracts, tech, travel plans, logistics, studies, and or pitches is likely to be revisited during the retrograde period, November 9th through 29th. Use this time to document, back up, confirm, and build flex into itineraries. So how this can express personally, people's communication style tends to be blunter, funnier, more candid, big opinions, truth-telling vibes. Around negotiations and contracts, enthusiasm is high, but make sure to fact-check the fine print and avoid over-promising. Around schedules and logistics, buffer time is your best friend. Cross-check dates, gates, and spellings. Around travel, Sagittarius rules long distance, so expect itinerary edits, weather workarounds, and the urge to book big. Around learning and publishing, Mercury in Sagittarius is great for pitching ideas, launching drafts, and outlining, but edit carefully later. Supportive moves now: create checklists, label files clearly, set calendar reminders, and write agreements that bake in flexibility. How this might express collectively: headlines about law, courts, policy, and academic freedom. Religion and belief system debates: who gets to define the truth. Journalism and media tone shifts towards big narratives and sweeping takes. Travel, aviation stories, border, visa logistics, education, and publishing news. A spike in viral hot takes. Watch for exaggeration versus evidence. Key aspects and dates to watch for: Pacific Daylight Time before November 2nd and Pacific Standard Time after. October 29th at 4:02. Mercury enters Sagittarius, the tone flips to big picture thinking. Watch the volume knob on opinions. On October 29th, Mercury in Sagittarius opposes Uranus retrograde in Gemini. Surprise news, abrupt pivots, downloads. Double save your work, expect last minute reroutes. On November 2nd, Mercury trines Ceres retrograde in Aries. We're in Pacific Standard Time now. Nurturing through straight talk, productive truth-telling, and family team context. On November 3rd at 3:06 p.m., Mercury sextiles Pluto in Aquarius. Investigative clarity, data deep dives, and strategic messaging. Say the bold thing well. On November 9th, Mercury stations retrograde at 6 degrees Sagittarius. The pause. All of the transits I listed above will be coming up for review, reflection, renegotiation, so pay attention. I will cover the full retrograde arc November 9th to 29th in a separate video. Now here are the broad strokes by rising sign. Quick hits. Sagittarius Rising. Mercury is in your sign. Your voice and message lead. Great for launching, pitching, refreshing your about me, build, edit time in. Capricorn Rising. Semi-sextile. Background planning. Back office fixes, spiritual mental hygiene, close loops quietly. Aquarius Rising, sextile, allies and networks amplify you. Collaborations and audiences grow. Pisces Rising, square, career visibility tests, speak carefully at the mic, clarify roles before you promise. For Aries Rising, it's a trine, travel, learning, luck, publishing, teaching, support it, say it boldly, proofread it mercilessly. Taurus Rising, quincunx, financial contract tweaks, shared resources, fine print, adjust terms, protect passwords. Gemini Rising, opposition, partnerships mirror your message, negotiate tone and timing, schedule buffer check-ins. Cancer Rising, it's the quincunx, workflow, health logistics, calendars, coworkers, devices need smoothing, simplify systems. Leo Rising, it's the trine, creative voice on fire, romance, play, and big ideas. Ship drafts now, polish after the station. Virgo Rising, it's a square, home, family versus work details, domestic paperwork and moves, repairs want attention. Libra Rising, it's the sextile, local travel, siblings, neighbors, short forms and pitches favored, keep receipts, expect edits. Scorpio Rising, it's a virgin, money messaging behind the scenes, budgeting and quiet negotiations, protect your data. For the more detailed rising sign by sign breakdown, subscribe to my Substack, Keys to the Cosmos, where I go deeper on how these transits uniquely show up for you. The practical prep checklist for the pre-shadow period. Backup devices and drafts, name files clearly, confirm bookings, add 15 to 30 minute buffers to travel and meetings, slow down at send, Check subject lines, attachments, and contract clauses. Write the big vision now. Schedule the edits for after November 29th. Assume reroutes are part of the plan. Sagittarius loves an unexpected detour. Head over to my Substack, Keys to the Cosmos, for a more detailed sign-by-sign breakdown. To book a reading with me, go to eliannicole.com in the description box below. In conclusion, life is lifing. The world is worlding. Stay heavily meditated, my friends.